Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance. Today we're talking about one of the most iconic tanks in Hero Wars, Alliance. A hero that has remained relevant through countless metas. A hero capable of protecting his entire kingdom even after death. Corvus, the Undead King. Let's break down his skills, understand what makes him so unique, and discover why Corvus continues to be one of the strongest frontline heroes in the game. The fallen king once ruled the Dominion with honor, always placing the safety of his people above everything else. Even death couldn't stop him. Instead, it transformed him. Now, armed with the cursed relics of the damned, Corvus once again stands on the front line, protecting his allies with the same determination as before. And today, his connection with the Eternity faction has become stronger than ever. His first skill immediately reminds us why he's considered such a powerful tank. With the determination of a king defending his kingdom, Corvus damages every enemy standing on the opposing front line while temporarily reducing their armor, magic defense, and dodge. This alone already creates tremendous pressure. But there's more. For every Eternity ally fighting beside him, both the damage and the reduction of those defensive stats increase by 10%. That's extremely important. Corvus doesn't defeat enemies by ignoring their defenses. He weakens those defenses themselves. And once armor, magic defense, and dodge begin to disappear, every ally behind him benefits. Physical damage dealers hit harder. Magic heroes become more threatening. Even heroes outside the Eternity faction immediately profit from the defensive reductions he applies. His second skill continues strengthening Eternity compositions. The Great Skull blesses every Eternity ally by increasing both their physical attack and magic attack. Whether your team relies on physical damage, magic damage, or a combination of both, Corvus amplifies their offensive potential tremendously. Against slower, defensive teams that rely on surviving long battles, that additional firepower often becomes the difference between slowly wearing the enemy down, or completely overwhelming them before they have time to recover. Then, we arrive at the skill everyone associates with Corvus. The Altar of Souls. Even after all these years, it's still one of the most feared abilities in Hero Wars. The altar punishes enemies every time they repeatedly damage the same target. And if those enemies rely on damage over time, the punishment becomes even more devastating. Especially when those effects spread across multiple heroes. But damage over time isn't the only thing Corvus punishes. Glass cannons with low health. Heroes that lack self-healing. Aggressive teams constantly triggering attacks. They all become vulnerable the moment the altar appears. The reason is simple. The altar deals pure damage. Pure damage ignores armor. It ignores magic defense. It ignores dodge. It ignores magic reflection. Only toughness and crushing interact with it. Even many common shields offer no protection. That means fragile heroes hiding behind defensive mechanics often discover that Corvus simply doesn't care. If the altar is active, everyone is in danger. Another incredible aspect of this skill is its scaling. The altar's strength is based on Corvus' health. And the more maximum health Corvus gains throughout the battle, the stronger the altar continues to become. Finally, Corvus also protects the allies who need him the most. When one of his teammates becomes critically injured, Corvus helps reposition them closer to the center of the formation, giving supports a much better opportunity to keep them alive. It's another small mechanic that perfectly reflects who Corvus truly is. Not just a tank. A king protecting his people until the very end. Now let's talk about some of his strongest partners. First, Morrigan. His own daughter. Together they form one of the most iconic combinations in Hero Wars. Morrigan constantly increases the team's survivability through skeletons and defensive support, allowing Eternity teams to absorb enormous amounts of damage while maintaining pressure. Then we have Iris. Corvus' ultimate applies a debuff. And because Iris gains tremendous value from debuffs applied by Eternity heroes, their synergy becomes incredibly powerful. The more Corvus weakens the enemy, the harder Iris punishes them. Next comes Dante. Besides reducing the enemy's main stats with his spectral spears, Dante also greatly improves Corvus' survival against physical damage through dodge, while perfectly complementing Corvus' defensive reductions. Together they continuously weaken the opposing team while becoming increasingly difficult to eliminate. Then we have Octavia. Another outstanding partner. She provides additional survivability against both physical and magic damage, grants armor penetration, and constantly generates bonus energy whenever Corvus successfully dodges attacks. The result is a much more durable frontline that cycles abilities faster while increasing the offensive pressure of the entire team. Finally, Burner. Her constant healing and permanent increases to maximum health are exactly what Corvus loves. The more maximum health he gains, the stronger his Altar of Souls becomes. It's a perfect partnership that combines survivability, scaling, and continuous battlefield control. Corvus has remained one of Hero Wars' Alliance's most reliable tanks for a reason. He protects. He weakens. He empowers. And perhaps most importantly, he forces your opponent to completely rethink how they deal damage. If you've never given the Undead King the attention he deserves, now might be the perfect time. Especially with all the recent changes to the meta. And Guardians. Later this afternoon, we should finally have enough testing completed to bring you our first analysis of the brand new Twilight skins, so stay tuned because there's still plenty more to discover. Stay tuned. Stay sharp. And as always, salute and friendship.